intro. All right, good evening and welcome to Hersheypark Stadium in lovely Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's sweltering mid-80s out there today. As the Hershey Trojans are taking on the Wildcats of Dallastown. I'm Rob Sterner, the advisor of the broadcaster. If you can kind of hear in the background some of the folks that are helping us out this evening. We've got Bella Demopoulos and Tane Park on cameras, and Kialey Wetherbee is our director this evening. Hershey's gotten off to a great start against both Gettysburg and Waynesboro. Home opener against Gettysburg was a high-scoring 36-35 affair. It came down to a 30-yard field goal by Cole Goodman. Waynesboro fell 35-14, and it wasn't even that close. Head coach Mark Painter has his team believing in themselves, and they're working hard to play smart and consistent football. Trojans are off to their best start since the 2020 season at the height of the COVID pandemic. Dallastown, however, comes in 0-2, following a tough 16-14 loss to Hempfield and a brutal 56-0 loss against Manheim Township. So after a pair of losses, the Wildcats come to this game hungry for a win. Now let's take a look at some of the key players for the Trojans. Coach Painter has trusted the quarterback duty sophomore Cam Sweeney. He's been very efficient and does well to not turn the ball over. He's 10 of 12 for 210 yards and 4 touchdowns with no picks in those 2 games. So consistency is the key at the quarterback position. They need him to help keep the offense ticking over so that the team doesn't get locked down by the opposing defense as being just singly attacking the Trojans' running game. Now, the Trojans' running game is quite potent. They've been racking up the yards this season. For Angel Cabrera, he's a senior. He's gotten himself 203 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Junior Caleb Klein has gotten himself 94 yards. And Derek Guzman has chipped in with 121 yards on 6 carries. So they've had quite the variety. As I said, this is a student production, so we are still learning. So occasionally you'll see the odd bad cut and the voices in the background, perhaps. Taking a look at some of the rest of the Trojan offense. The aforementioned Derek Guzman has done a pretty good job out there as the wide receiver. As I said, the Trojans don't throw the ball a lot, but when they do, they're quite efficient with it. Derek's a senior. He's got just 6 catches, but they're for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. Senior tight end Isaiah Danner has got himself a touchdown as well on 3 receptions for 49 yards. So the team's gotten themselves both a run-heavy kind of emphasis, but also a chip in there. Perhaps 15 to 20% of the total offense here is keeping them off balance with that passing attack. On defense, they tightened things up after the first game where they gave up 35 points. So they're getting a pretty good response out of the guys, and Coach Painter is a details-oriented coach. He wants excellence every time out. So some of our key players here on defense, we've got some of our offensive players play both sides. We've got Caleb Sweeney. He's got himself an average of 6.5 tackles a game. Anthony Vasquezi, 6.5 as well. Sean Elliott, 8 tackles a game. David Maish has got himself 6 tackles a game. And Davon Williamson, a senior there, 5.5. And the only sack for the team thus far in 2 games has been Isaiah Danner. He's got himself a single sack. So we're just about set here for kickoff. So as I said, it's quite warm this evening. They moved the game earlier. It was slated originally for a 7 o'clock kickoff. We're shooting for a 6 o'clock kickoff because of the thunderstorms that are going to be rolling in. So we are trying to squeeze the game in here. I believe it is PIAA rules that if there is lightning within a certain distance of the game, that they have to suspend things for a half hour. And then with each subsequent strike, the clock restarts from then. So we'll have to keep an eye on the skies and take a look at the radar and see if we're going to get any weather rolling through. We were out here 2 weeks ago and got to see quite the exciting game from the Trojans. Coach Painter does have his team believing themselves and fighting even when they fall behind. In the first game against Gettysburg, at one point they fell behind by 2 touchdowns fairly late in the third quarter. And a couple years back, they might have folded, but this year for sure, they've got, my old granddad would say, they've got a bit of a spine, which is nice to see. They're going to get out there and fight. I'm just pausing here a moment as we're getting set for the national anthem. An okay turnout this evening. Fine rendition there of the national anthem. I'm going to run through the starters this evening, both on offense and defense. We've got number 3, Derek Guzman, senior. Senior number 4, Davon Williamson. Sophomore number 5, Cameron Sweeney. 13, senior PJ Paterno. Senior 15, Cole Goodman. Number 20, senior Anthony Vesquezi. 21, junior Carter Klein. 27, junior LJ Douglas. He's a change from the first game we watched. Number 32, senior Angel Cabrera. Number 33, junior Sean Elliott. Number 34, senior David Maish. Number 52, senior Corey Schaefer. Senior number 53, David Isis. Junior number 55, Julian Sharp. 60, senior Alfonso Galindo. Sophomore 63, Ethan Castillo. Senior number 72, Tucker Valzaki. And number 89, senior Isaiah Danner. And we are set here for the opening kick with the Trojans set to receive. A little communication between the players, nice to see. Takes it up the center. Gets it to about the 26, 27. Sweeney starts in the pistol with 2 to the right. Motion man is Derek Guzman. Handoff inside. Gets a couple out of that. There's Angel Cabrera there. Motion to the right. Little run off tackle there. That's Angel Cabrera yet again. Enough for a first down. Gets the ball out to the 40. Trojans very much a run first, run second, and sometimes run third offense. Trying to establish some physical dominance at the line of attack, or the point of attack. Little read option there. Another one for Cabrera. Cabrera's been getting it done thus far this season, so it makes sense they're going to go get him off to a good start. Second and 5. Motion inside. Get a sweep for Derek Guzman out the left-hand side. He gets the first down, but we do have a flag, and it looks like it's in the area for possibly holding. So we'll have to see what the referee says. Oh. Against the defense there. Looks like it was chop block. Added to the game for safety. All right, after the penalty, they're on 30-yard line, bottled up in the backfield. Looks like Dallastown Wildcats read that play quite well. Motion into the backfield. Doing the sweep the other way. Good offensive line push. Looks like they got most of the yards they lost and a couple back. 3rd and 5. Yet to see the Trojans pass here. We'll have to see if they're going to decide to throw the ball here on 3rd down. Now they go inside. Looks like we're going to be 4th and 1. Trojans go for it and get the push. Get themselves a brand new set of downs. Trojans run off to the right. Pardon me there. That was a pass to number 10, Joe Gurto. Trojans 3rd and 1. High snap. Good blocking right up the middle. Good power running. Get themselves a first down. So we got 1st and goal from the 1. Power off to the right. Looks like maybe. Yeah, they got it. Able to power it through. Touchdown. Run just off the center, right behind the guard, it looked like, for Angel Cabrera. That'll be his 6th this season. Now setting up for the extra point now. That'll be senior Cole Goodman. Wildcats did get a man around the side, but no luck for them as he slots it through. Trojans up 7-0, 6:27 to play here in the first. It's a good start for the Trojans. They were able to march the ball well down the field. So Trojans had quite the start here, able to get solid return, march the ball down the field. In about 10 plays, chew up some clock, wear out the defense a little bit here early on, kind of set the tone that they're going to go out there and physically bully the other team. Now we'll have to see what they do on defense. A lot of these guys that were out there just on offense for both teams are back out there on defense. Interesting. Goes to an up man, not necessarily deep, but gets it to, takes a knee at about the 17-yard line. Better safe than sorry. So the Wildcats take over on their own 18. Man in motion. They run up the middle, but there's not much there. Looked like Davon Williamson on the tackle there. So for Dallastown, they've got a junior, Matt Stone at quarterback. Sophomore, Cromartie at running back, and a second running back, Smith, who's a senior. Hershey takes the timeout. So this will give me a chance to talk a little bit about how the teams have been doing thus far. For the Wildcats, as I said, they're currently 0-2, but they were 4-6 last year. That was good enough for a third in the York Adams Conference. Unfortunately, this year, their combined scored against is 14-4 and 72 points against. Despite that, their quarterback, Stone there, is the third in the conference for passing. And one of their wide receivers, Scott, who's a junior, is third in the conference for receiving. So he's probably their main target when it comes to slinging the ball around. 2nd and 10 after the timeout. Look like a encroachment there. That was number 52, Corey Schaefer, appeared. They take it up the middle that time. Quarterback keeper. Does look like Dallastown perhaps is using a different quarterback than they used previously in previous games. Number 1 for them is a junior, Scott, so maybe he was coming off an injury. Maybe the coach is just mixing things up after starting 0-2. Rolls to the right, on the run, gets his man. And just like that, Dallastown evens it up. As number 11, Jay Cooka Jr. with the touchdown. Is a 73-yard TD. Looked like he just got behind the defense. Extra point is good. So, like we said, we expected the Wildcats to come out with some fight. We'll have to see what the Trojans decide to do here. See how they react. This gives me a chance to talk a little bit about the broadcaster. As I said, we're a student-run newspaper. Been around since 1926, and we've been exclusively online at hhsbroadcaster.com since 2015. If you are interested in perhaps helping out with the broadcaster or supporting us financially, or perhaps advertising, whether it be on one of these sports broadcasts or on our website, you can contact me. I'm Rob Sterner, so be at rsterner, S-T-E-R-N-E-R, at hershey.k12.pa.us. Or you can just contact Hershey High School, and they'll direct you to me. So Dallastown set to kick off. Low line drive kick. Let's see what the referees call. They're calling a touchback on that one. It goes through the side of the end zone. Trojans will start things off on their own 20. Student section's filled up a bit since the game started. Quarterback keeper, and he is pulled down in the backfield. Pair of tacklers on that one for Dallastown. Dallastown got some penetration on the play. We're able to track it down. So that'll be his 2nd and 15. 4:02 left to play. Throws off to the right. Tackled almost immediately there. Caught there by number 20. Excuse me. That's Anthony Vesquezi. So we got 3rd and 12. Sweeney drops back. Obvious passing. Rolls to the right. Heaves it long. Too far for Guzman. Just trying to coordinate some cameras here. Ball goes up, a little wobbly, bounces at the 50 and hits a Hershey player, so it's probably going to come back to about the 49 there. Not a lot of loft on that kick, but that's where Dallastown is going to start it. Tied 7-7 here. Dallastown with the ball. Going to start their drive from the 49. To left, motion man goes to the right. Handoff, nope, quarterback keeper, he runs to the right. Gets past the contain. Cuts back inside. And he's going to take it to the house. 51-yard. Rushing touchdown from the quarterback keeper. Right, we talked about at the top of the broadcast here. Coach Painter's got these guys believing in themselves, but this is when you find out if it's really, can it bear itself out? They come into this game thinking they've got an easy mark, bobbled. Holder rolls to the right, throws back across the field. It is incomplete. So it's just a 6-point margin. But as I said, it'll be interesting to see if the Trojans respond here. They're down by 6 early against a team that they might have come into the game thinking they should be blowing out right from the get-go. And you got to think on the flip side here, Dallastown is starting to believe that this might be their game to break through. Perhaps a change at quarterback, perhaps some tough practices during the week in the heat. We'll see if they've got some more pep in their step here. All right, low line drive kick yet again. Kuzma lets it bounce, but he picks it up there at the 5. And he slips and falls down at about the 18. So that's where the Trojans are going to take over for their 3rd drive. .242 left to play in the first. Ball on the 18. Wide receivers split to each side. Man in motion. Hand off goes inside. Patient running from Cabrera following his blocker. Gets himself a good chunk of yards and a 1st down. Good run up to the 28. Trojans going back to their meat and potatoes. Run right, left, and center. Power moves from left to right. Run is to the right, behind the power. Cabrera may not be the fastest man on the field, but he's got good vision, patience, and he's got a fair bit of power. He's going to run some guys over. And he's, for as big as he is, he seems pretty deceptive. First and 10 on the 42. Run again to the right. They found something they want to exploit over there. And until the Wildcats prove they can stop it, I have to imagine Coach Painter is going to keep dipping into that well. First and 10 on the 47 of the Wildcats. And the question in the Wildcats' mind has to be, are they going to run right again? Or they cut back off the block and go to the left. That's Carter Klein cutting back against the grain there. Gain of 7 for him. Excuse me, gain of 5. 1:20 left to play. Trojans down 13-7, but driving here. They've had luck punching the ball down the right-hand side. Little read option there. Look like Klein up the middle. Looked like that was 3rd and 1 here. 3rd and 1, power right. Handoff up the middle. Looks like Klein got himself stacked up. Ran straight into the arms of the tackler. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, it looked like, so it's 4th and 1. Still on the 38. Looks like they're going to let the clock run out here. Give the chance to get the players some water. Have the coaches have a confab and see if they can draw up a play here. It's going to get them that 1 yard. They're going to pick up things here to start the 2nd quarter on the Wildcats 38. They're down 13-7. First quarter thus far started off well for both teams. They both drove down the field and got touchdowns. Trojans behind a 1-yard run from Angel Cabrera. For the Wildcats, they got themselves a touchdown from what's his name here? I had it. I believe there's a receiver named Cook. And they did get the point after attempt for that one. Trojans then had a drive that went basically nowhere and had to punt. And on the very next play, the Wildcats got themselves a 51-yard run from their quarterback, Scott. He weaved down the right-hand side and then cut it back into the middle. And that put them ahead, but they were unable to get the point after. And now the Trojans are driving down the field again. They're trying to power here and get that yard, and it looks like they got it. QB keeper. Gets him down to the Wildcats 35. Guzman split wide to the left. PJ Paterno out to the right. Sets up power right, but then motion to the left. Run to the left, quarterback keeper. He cuts back inside. That's a quality run there from Cameron Sweeney. Gets himself down to the 23. The 1st and 10 there. Got a good rise out of the crowd for that one. Everybody likes to see a little open field slashing and running here. Guzman out to the right. Paterno left. Run. Looks like it was headed inside, but there was penetration there. Cabrera wasn't really able to get too much out of that. Lost 2. Run to the left here. Hit there in the hip. Gets down to the 20. Good sportsmanship from the Wildcats there, helping them up. Third and 7 there for the Trojans. Ten minutes left to play here in the half. Might be 4 down territory still because we're a little far for a field goal. Run is up the middle. Powers through the first tackler. That is some strong running just off the left-hand side here. Behind the guard and the tackle. 4th and 1. You have to imagine Coach Painter's going to go for it here. He's got to trust his backfield. Ball's on the 14. Run off to the right with Cabrera. He powers it through. First and goal for the Trojans here. That'll be from the 9-yard line. Look like that time, Trojans short up the blocking. Were able to get their man through. Cabrera's tough to bring down if he gets ahead of his team, but if the Wildcats can get into the backfield, there's only so much any running back can do. Run off to the left. He gets tripped up. Looks like he tripped over his own man trying to cut back off the block. There was a little bit of a window of an opening there. Looks like Cabrera's going to check out of the game there. Second and 7. Ball on the 7. Motion to the left. Run inside. Carter Klein. Did he get it? Nope. They're saying he's down just short. Nope. Then we got a call for a touchdown on the other side. Looks like they're calling it. Oh, they're going to confer. I'll have to wait. Is there an official signal? They still have the kicking team out on the field, so we're going to call it a touchdown for Carter Klein. All right, now for the point after. This could put the Trojans up by 1 here. 8 minutes left to play. Snap, good hold, good kick, and it's through. All right, so the Trojans responded well there. They had one poor drive, gave up a quick touchdown, and they responded well, marched down the field. Seems to be the MO of the team this year. Physically try to push around the other team, wear them out, wear them down. Just keep feeding Cabrera, and then you can nibble around the edges with other running backs and some gadget plays, a pass here and there. Kickoff is up. Take it at about the 5. Goes up the left-hand side. Looks like they're going to get him at about the 40 or 41-yard line. Good return there for the Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 40. All right. Now let's see if the Trojans can slow down the Wildcats here. Run to the left. Oh, was there a fumble? No. Referee is saying he was down. Looked like it was power left, but running back went up the middle. No fumble in the play, so it's 2nd and 3 from the 47. Sorry, moving some equipment here. Wildcats get themselves a first down there. All right, first in town. Oh. Timeout to the Wildcats. 6:49 left to play. Wildcats down by 1, but they are moving the ball pretty solidly down the field here. Trojans would definitely like to get a stand here, get themselves into halftime, or perhaps even get the ball back here and march themselves down the field and put themselves up by 8. Looks like the false start on Wildcats number 55. They're backing him up. That's going to be 1st and 15 from the 37. Wildcats run left, wrapped up around the ankles, and the rest of the team swarms to it. Looked like number 52, Corey Schaefer, on the initial stop there. That'll be 2nd and 18. .607 left to play. Little read option, but gives it off to the running back up the middle. Gets a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd and long here. 3rd and 15. Ball on the 37. Looked like possibly Isaiah Danner on the stop, right there in the center of the line. Isaiah Danner is a senior. He plays tight end on the offense, and he is a big unit. He is listed at 6'6", 280 pounds. So he's a tough one to push off the spot and run past. Quarterback rolls right, looking, gets his pass complete. Does look like that was enough for a first down. Oh, excuse me. Close but not quite. 4th and 4. Ball on the 26. Does look like the Wildcats are going to go for it. Oh. Fourth and 4, ball on the 26. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in second quarter. Quarterback goes left. Trojans in the backfield. But huge, huge play from number 4, Davon Williamson. Had some senior leadership there, getting a big stop when you need it. Turnover on downs. Trojans going to take it over on their own 30-yard line. 4:43 left to play. Trojans aren't a fast offense to move the ball down in a hurry, so it's good they have the time. They're going to march down here. Guzman on the play is able to shed the first tackler and pick up a couple extra yards with a nice stiff arm. There is a Dallastown player shaken up. Hershey trainers out there checking on the player.
All right, you're good.
Doesn't look like anything too super serious.
Okay, I'm going back to you in the training. I'm like, what's screaming? That's camera stuff. Okay, I'm coming back to you. Yeah, that's Marcus' camera stuff.
Coach Sweeney stepped into the shot there. He's exhorting his defense to something there. Number 3 for the Wildcats does get up and get off the field on his own power, which is good to see.
Do you want to come up and take this to the fella?
Possibly got the wind knocked out of him.
I was going to say, you guys can take the halftime with me. No, especially football players, they just don't take it.
Run off to the left-hand side for Cabrera. Second and 6 for the Trojans. 3:54 to play. Little screen, bubble screen, and there's a flag. I have to see what this is. Kind of blew up in their face there, the Trojans. Catch on the play by PJ Paterno. Second and 6, but we'll have to see the result of the flag. We have, looks like a block in the back. Or illegal use of the hands. Excuse me, illegal use of the hands against Trojans. So it should still be second down. So it would be 2nd and 14 now. Second and 14. We'll have to see what the Trojans do. Trojans up by 1. 3:48. Trojans still have a pretty long field here, so. Sweeney back in the pocket. He's got time, looking deep. He's got Guzman right in the breadbasket. And there he takes it to the house, makes it look absolutely easy. Huge pickup by Derek Guzman. That's the play they were hunting for. Pound away with the running game. And then the safeties inch up, trying to get more men in the box. And then Coach Painter sends in the pass play. Sweeney is very efficient there. Kick is up, and it is good. That makes it 21-13. So, Trojans have answered back, and with some style, I must say. But now we'll have to see, can the Trojan defense stop Dallastown and ensure that the Trojans head into halftime with this lead intact. Squib kick. Taken, goes up the right, weaving through is a flag on the play. Takes it out to about the 34-yard line, but we'll have to see what the result of the flag is. My guess is it might be on the defense, or the receiving team, but we'll have to see. I have the ball on about 35, so we'll have to see. Referees are conferring. Holding on the receiving team, so Wildcats are going to be backed up. All right, Wildcats take over on their own 21, 3:27 left to play. They do have, and we've seen it thus far tonight in their arsenal, they can have the quick strike. Quarterback keeper, he runs up the middle. Little zig, little zag, but they do contain him. And number one for the Wildcats, he does have some electricity in those legs for sure. Second and 7. The clock is ticking, so not entirely sure the Wildcats here are in a rush. Timeout for the Wildcats. Guess the coach didn't like what he saw. So when the play comes back here, we got 2:38 left to play. Trojans up 21-13. Second and 7 for the Wildcats. The ball's on their own 24, so we've got quite a long field to go. It is definitely cooling off now. The sun has gone down. Crowd is definitely now showing up. It's actually the time the game was originally supposed to kick off here. Student section here for Hershey has got a beach out theme tonight. Second and 7, motion to the left. Quarterback keeps it. Looks downfield, rolls left. He's keeping it. He's going to run with it. Gets around the outside edge and breaks contain. Cuts back inside. Slips. Guzman's got part of it, but he cannot hold on, and he brings it down finally, inside the Trojans' 20. Almost single-handedly, the Dallastown quarterback is keeping them in the game. An absolutely massive run. Better part of 60 yards on that. So it's now 1st and 10 from the 18. It was a huge, huge run. Trojan defense doesn't really seem to have an answer. If they can't get him early, he absolutely takes off on them. Coming up to the 2-minute warning here. 1:56 as they snap the ball. Run up the middle, spin out of it, gets it down to about the 5. Things open up way too much right up the middle that time. 1st and goal from the 5. Whistles on the play. Looks like timeout for the Trojans. Multiple coaches out on the field this time. Trojans, 1:32 left to play. Definitely has cooled off here as the sun went down. Bands are getting themselves organized to come on at halftime. But we still got a little bit of football yet to play. First and 5 here for Dallastown. Trojans trying to dial up the goal line stand. Run to the left, stacked up pretty quickly there. Nothing gained on the play. Still on the 5-yard line, so 2nd and 5. Clock is running, 1:15 left to play. Looks like the Wildcats are going to try to leave as little time left on the clock as possible. Cheerleaders and fans exhorting the team, try to get a stop. Quarterback keeper, he goes up the middle, and they do wrap him up this time. Trojans swarm to the play. It does look like he got a yard or 2 out of that one. Ball's down to the 1. 3rd and 1, 30 seconds left to play. Wildcats cycles a player in. Down to 15 seconds left to play. Quarterback is under center. Oh, excuse me, he's in a, he was, excuse me, he was in a shotgun. Oh, they're calling that a touchdown. It does look like, I guess they're saying he broke the plane before he got wrapped up. Okay, so Wildcats are going to go for 2. Try to tie it up here with 6 seconds left to go. Direct snap. Looked like a direct snap to the running back, but that is stopped. Hershey up 21-19. And you never know on kickoffs. It's not quite how the Trojans wanted the end of the half to play out. They just didn't have an answer to the Wildcats quarterback, number 1. The quarterback has at least 2 huge plays here thus far. He's got a 51-yard touchdown and in the better part of 60 yards there in the middle of that last drive. Problem is, of course, for the defense, if they come up to try to contain too much, it opens up some passing lanes, and it does look like Dallastown is very much willing to sling the ball around. And number 1, Scott, is also the man that's kicking off here. Short squib kick, wrapped up and fallen on by number 19. That's Ben Shepard there. Safe hands on the play. And since he gave himself up, no time comes off the clock. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Trojans' 36. Trojans run up to left-hand side, wrapped up pretty quickly, and that's the half. Home crowd here, cheering their Trojans. It's great to see him moving the ball, but giving up a little too much in the big play from the Wildcats when Trojans are on defense. So Trojans will have to take a look and see what they can do. So we'll have to take a look and see what the Trojans can do here in the second half. Just a quick recap of things thus far. Trojans opened up the scoring with a 1-yard run from Cabrera. Then the Wildcats answered back with a 77-yard TD run from number 11, Cook. And they do have did get that point after that time. Next drive, Trojans punt after not going much of anywhere. And then that's when the real problems with the Wildcats, number 1, Scott. He ends up on the very next play, after the punt, a 51-yard TD run. We do have Dallastown's marching band coming out onto the field. After the TD run, Trojans do answer back. Starts in the first quarter, goes into the second quarter. Quite a long drive, better part of 14 plays. Short dive run from Klein and a point after. Then Wildcats march down the field, but get a turnover on downs thanks to a great defensive play by Davon Williamson. Trojans then get their own big play going. A 63-yard plus touchdown pass to Derek Guzman. They do get the point after attempt that time. Then the Wildcats Scott bedeviling them yet again with a huge run in the midst of the drive, and eventually a 1-yard TD dive, and they attempt the 2-point conversion but do not get it. So we're going to take a break up here in the booth and let you enjoy the playing of the Dallastown Marching Band. Trojans up 21-19 at the half.
Can we charge that camera? She's in here. All the way up the stairs? Yeah. And that slid off. I don't know how far back is that, right? Oh, okay. That was fun. Are you zoomed out all the way though? Oh. Are you zoomed out all the way? Try to zoom out a little bit more. Beautiful. Turn to your left. Okay, there. Perfect. Here's the next one. Right? Like, that's not normal.
enough. I'm glad to see. It's nice to see some interest on high schools. You know, I mean, it really is. I love to see that. But honestly, you know, I'm always looking for. I mean, these guys did me last minute here. You know, on the broadcast or whatever like that. So how do you? So
We're
are
not
you?
live streaming. We're recording.
Oh, you're just recording? Okay, all right. So
I couldn't get a good enough connection to make it work. We have like a hot. Like we started like last December or so using like OBS and just kind of like little live streaming conferences like if you're a gamer, you plug the camera in, started with that, and using this like when I was in band in college, like just random stuff.
you have to
Just trying to
play
get
around with it.
yeah, just get it going, and then hopefully we can get proof of concept and maybe get some sponsors or episodes or Hershey guys or something like that, some money and want to put like their name on our broadcast.
Well, Penn Live, you know, I mean, paid me to. But I
Yeah.
do stuff for NFHS Network. I mean, I'm doing state championships or whatever like that. But signal integrity, you don't have a broadcast side. So I look at that. I also ran into a software called Remix, and it's really good. It's very cheap. Very cheap.
Because mostly it's with this thing on this thing takes care of it. If I can get like a direct wired connection, we can do it back to high school or in the gymnasium, I can plug right in. There's some way I can do replays and whatnot, but I'm just
Let's get a signal out there.
yeah. So for this one we'll just teach the kids how to do it. Every year I have to start over. So
Well, good. I'm glad. I wish I'd seen more of this. There's just far too many schools that just like throw the hover cam up there and yeah, we're streaming. I mean, look, kids want their names called on the broadcast. Okay, you know, and stuff like that. And
also like having it running. I'm the one doing the play-by-play, but I'd like I've had students in the past do it for like basketball games. And I had one student like hit a big whiteboard with everybody's names stuff on it. He knew him at sight, like both teams. Like, yeah, it's great. It was nice to like, yo, you guys do that. And, like let them follow their passion and have fun with it.
yeah, it's a shame. I mean, not a lot of guys are willing to sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. You have to want to do it. It's not easy.
Especially in the next
And with an hour left. I mean, I had no time. I had a little issue or whatever like that. I was fine.
For the cross country team, so I had practice. So then I got practice, I'm like, and then I gotta get over here. So all that.
Listen, thanks to the athletic department for letting us stream or whatever like that. I know I did some lacrosse out there out on the 322 field last
Same thing for that.
Yeah, I will use the same thing. And you know, the best thing is the slow motion instant replay on the ball. You have to get it. Just connect to the ball going in the net.
not as difficult. You kind of have to follow the ball. Okay.
That one too. That's just before you go.
No? Okay. You can't hear me. That'd be why. Hello? Yep, I got you. Yeah. Okay. Alright, have fun. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, go ahead, go down. You're good. Camera one. Okay. Down as the maybe?
All right, so we had a little technical brouhaha there. So that's what you get with this student broadcast. We're doing our best trying to make it through here. So we've got the second half just ready to get underway here. The Trojans will be kicking off. They're up currently 21-19. Trojans unfortunately gave up a late touchdown there to the Wildcats. So we'll have to see how they come out and respond in the second half. They've been doing pretty well so far, both in this game and this season, to respond when challenged.
And did I say your name right? Okay.
So we'll have to see here for the kickoff. See if the Trojan defense has an answer for Wildcats quarterback, number 1, Scott. He has been ripping them up on the ground. Hasn't necessarily done a huge amount through the air. Trojans, by contrast, have been good both on the ground and in the air. Deep 60-plus yard touchdown to Derek Guzman. And very solid, methodical marching down the field in the running game. Kick is a little short, up to about the 14. Wildcats go left. He is taken down solidly there at about 36. So it looks like that's where Dallastown's going to pick it up. So 1st and 10 from the 37 for the Wildcats.
Oh, keep going. Go to do you see where the little old food stands are?
Motion left there for the
I
Wildcats.
would maybe go there and then side.
Run just to the left-hand side. Doesn't really get a whole lot there.
Oh, okay. They're not doing anything.
2nd and 8.
Actually, not doing anything. Go. Sounds like a place to go just so that you can see the students and they can't yeah, so they're not rowdy. Maybe go to I don't know if it'll rain, but try the trash can closest, not the trash can closest to you, but the one down where there's by where the cheerleaders are walking.
Gain of 2 in the play. 2nd and 8.
Okay, then go to do you see where the little sticker thing is?
Off to left-hand side. Breaks a tackle. Spinning and twisting and turning. Couple on the play. Looks like it'll be 3rd and about 2.
And then kind of just set it up and not show off as possible. Yeah, right there's perfect. Yeah.
Looks like the Wildcats trying to feel out the Trojan defense here, probing for some openings. Get their guys warmed up. Motion left. Quarterback draw. Design draw. Wraps. They wrap him up right away. That's going to be Davon Williamson again. He seems to be the answer here tonight to the quarterback scrambling around. 4th and 2 from the 45. Fourth and 2, 9:45 to play here in the third. Motion to the right. Did look like a little bit of movement. There is a flag on the play. They did get the first down, but about to see the revolt, the flag. It looked like there was some movement there on the Wildcats' offensive line, especially the right-hand side of the line. Trojan coaches seem pretty confident it's moving back. False start on the defense, or the offense, excuse me. So 4th and 2 now become 4th and 7. Punt here for the Wildcats. Derek Guzman back on his own 25. Low line drive kick. Right at Guzman. Sure hands. He tucks that one away. Out to the left-hand side there towards us on the near side of the... Takes it out to the 40. Solid return. Nice safe hands from Guzman. Officially, they're saying it's on the 39, but it's touching the 40-yard line. Two receivers over here on the short side of the field. Looks like power right. Guards, folks pull. Cabrera off to the left. He's not the fastest lad on the field, but he makes some guys miss. Gets himself a pretty solid gain. About 17 yards on that one. Some motion. Looked like a quarterback option there, but then left it for the running back. Goes up the middle. A little read option play there. Cam Sweeney conferring with the coach for the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 after the play. Just inside the 40. Motion for Guzman. Fake inside. Quarterback keeper. Almost beats the man. Wrapped up. Third and 5. Sweeney surveys. Puts the man in motion. Handoff inside. Cabrera leans and powers his way through. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short. Okay, first down for Hershey, they're calling it. Not sure what he was yelling, but I could hear Coach Painter all the way up here in the booth. 7:25 left to go in the quarter. Cabrera again powering his way through. Second and 1, good 9-yard gain on that play. Down to the 24. It's actually turned into a really beautiful night out here for football. Second and 1 on 24. Quarterback keeper follows his block. Sweeney keeps it, gets himself first down. First and 10 from the 21. Nothing been too flashy about the Trojans on this drive.
Little bit farther down.
Solid, efficient running football. Looks power to the right. Run off to the left. Following the pulling blocker. Second and 3 for the Trojans. Down to the 14, ball on the 14. Motion to the right. And off inside. Wrapped up pretty quickly, but Cabrera is able to fall forward. But he does get himself to 3rd and 1. Third and 1, looks like timeout Trojans. All right, trying to get our cameras moved around here so we can get you some nice shots, hopefully, of our Hershey Trojans putting one into the end zone here. 4:45 left to play. Trojan timeout here. Third and 1. .45 left to play. Third and 1. Handoff inside to Cabrera. And he powers and pushes down inside the 5. Hershey bringing the heat. Full house backfield here. Full power going right. Cabrera following his blockers, puts it into the end zone. That's like the DNA of the team this year. Run right, left, and center. Run it right over the other team. Chew up a lot of the clock. Wear out the defense. Keep them on the field. Kick is up and good. So that makes it 28-19. It was a good first stop against the Wildcats coming out of halftime. That's what they would have liked to do before halftime, but they got the stop here and then marched down the field pretty solidly themselves in about 10 plays. Looks like cheerleaders just about ready to heave some t-shirts off into the stands, trying to get the crowd hyped. You get some teeny tiny little cheerleaders. Couple throws there. Wildcat run back on the kickoff. Kicker tries to put him out of bounds and does not do it. They answer on the kickoff directly back. There's a flag on the play. And we do have a Trojan down on the play. We'll have to see. This could either be really good or really bad for the Trojans. Hopefully the player is all right. Oh, excuse me, it's a Dallastown player down. Have to see the result of the flag. Block in the back on the return. That negates that huge, huge run back on the kickoff. The first game we took a look at with Hershey against Gettysburg, they had really good special teams play. Coach Painter will not be happy about how that went, regardless of the penalty. Several guys had a shot at the returner, including the kicker, and he danced down the sideline. But we'll have to see where they spot the ball following the penalty. Does look like it's going to be over here on the near hash at the 35. They're conferring. So it looks like following the penalty, the Wildcats will start on their own 25, 1st and 10. Late player running onto the field. Looks like a swap there for wide receiver. Look like number 5 coming on. Oh, no, excuse me. They're switching sides. Motion. Quarterback keeper. Oh, huge hit from number 4, Davon Williamson. He has had Scott's number tonight. Perhaps they may have even tasked him specifically to seek out. Nice tackle for a loss there. That was a solid right in the ribs kind of tackle. 2nd and 1, 3:25 left to play in the 3rd. Timeout for Dallastown.
No. Okay. They might do something taking a timeout, so just keep an eye on it. On the trainers. I don't know, but try to start and get some 10 spots. Try to start set up for that. Yes. Yes. What? Oh yeah. Go ahead.
2nd and 10 here after the timeout for Dallastown. 3:11 left to play. Motion left. Fake handoff. Run. Pass down the seam.
Okay.
Gets him about 15 or so.
Dumpster by the Corona. Okay, see the little straight in front of you.
Ball's now on the Wildcats 45.
Best you can. Freeze. Right there, freeze. Yeah, then you turn to a cut. Just try your best. Perfect. That's beautiful.
1st and 10.
Nope, that's actually perfect right there.
Wildcats run just off to the right-hand side. Breaks one tackle. Breaks second tackle. Wrapped up by Cameron Sweeney at cheerleaders exhorting the team. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 45. Run to the left side, cuts back, wrapped up around the legs. Makes it 3rd and 3 on the 38. Excuse me, 2nd and 3. .145 left to play as the Wildcats come to the line.
Alright, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, freeze. Okay. So, just keep your eye up on like the box of us, but go to the student section, but go a little bit closer to them, and then just keep your eye on
Quarterback
the box.
keeper that time doesn't get a whole lot out of it.
Go a little bit closer to the students, but just keep an eye on us, and then if we start waiting towards you, that means we're back into the cut.
3rd and 7 after that. Real opportunity here for the Trojans to lock this down, see if they can force the Wildcats to punt.
Remember, you got to switch if you want to use it.
Just 54 seconds left in the quarter here. 3rd and 7 from the 36-yard line. 35, it looks like. Looks like run to the left. Did he get it? He looks like he's a little short. He was reaching for it. We'll have to wait and see where the spot is. It's going to be 4th and 1. It was a pretty good third down run. I would expect quarterback run this time. Nope, hands it up the middle. Definitely gets that. That's a 1st down for the Wildcats. Have to give some credit here to Dallastown. 0-2 first 2 games. Looks like we're going to run the quarter out here. 0-2 the first 2 games. They're coming out here throwing punches, metaphorically, but throwing punches every time the Trojans hit. They seem to be hitting back. Just moving some cameras around here. As I said, we got a student production.
No, actually turn to right there. Perfect.
There's our Hershey cheerleaders. We're at end of the third quarter. It's 28-19. Dallastown does have the ball, and they're on the move. We'll have to see, walking down to the opposite end of the field here. Have to see how the Trojans respond here, see if they can get themselves a stop. They would definitely love a stop right here, because if they can get a stop, or at least hold Dallastown to a field goal.
Okay, we're going to probably cut out, so just keep looking up top.
If they hold them to a field goal, the Trojans can look forward to possibly a nice strong drive.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay, now just wait for them to get a little rush.
Trojan band drumline trying to pep the crowd up here. Wildcats throw deep to the corner, but he's out of bounds. He did catch the ball, but he was out of bounds there. So that'll be 2nd and 10. They're on the Trojan 26. Wildcats run up the middles. Read quickly and stuffed. Number 52, Corey Schaefer on the stop. Wildcats headed to the line here. 3rd and 9. Handoff inside, cuts back. Oh, fumble! Trojans dive on the ball. Looks like the Trojans recovered. Best of all possible worlds. Right, turnover on downs there. First and 10 for the Trojans from their 25. Excellent opportunity here for the Trojans to march down the field here. And nope, quarterback keeper. Look at the pitch. Pitches to Guzman. Guzman down the line, cuts back in. He's wrapped up by multiple from Dallastown, but that's enough for a first down near midfield. We're out to about 45, 46-yard line. It was a quality bit of movement. Even the possibility of a pitch there kept the defenders on their heels, and a very late pitch to Guzman. Got him a couple more yards. So after the fumble, it's got to be a bit demoralizing for Dallastown. I thought they were fighting their way back into the game. 10:23 left to play. Whistles on it. Oh, we got a injury. Dallastown defender down. Trainer and coach soon on the play. Looks like perhaps he's got a cramp. No. He's back up, number 11 there, moving off on his own power. Trojans aren't really much of an option offense. So perhaps this is something that Coach Painter has had the players working on a little bit. Options can be a high risk, high reward. Risk is you got to have really sure-handed, confident players, because it easily could be fumbled or launched out of bounds. Got to have a quarterback and running back that are in sync on the play, or in this case, wide receiver. First and 10 from the 45. High snap. Handoff inside. Cabrera eating up yard after yard after yard. Push the ball out past midfield. Second and 4. Gain of 6. Two receivers right. Power moves right. Handoff, and they follow the side. Cabrera following his blockers. Gets himself a first down. First and 10 from the 41. Looks like we got another Dallastown player down. Not sure if these guys are starting to cramp up. Hershey had lots of problems with cramping in the season opener against Gettysburg. 7 or 8 players at least coming off. We had reports of one player throwing up even. So the heat's a bit less tonight, but it was warm earlier when kickoff was an hour earlier. It's now coming on to 8 o'clock. The sun is fully down. A nice cool breeze blowing through the stadium here. First and 10 from Wildcats 41. Trojans up 28-19. Trying to drive down the field to make it a two-score game. Wide receivers right, wide receiver in motion. Fake handoff, quarterback keeper. Oh, it looked like there was nothing there. It looked like Sweeney did a little razzle-dazzle to get himself back to the line of scrimmage. Not sure he got much further than that. Oh, I actually lost a yard. So backed up to the 42. Run off to the right-hand side. Number 21, Carter Klein, finds a little seam to exploit. Gets about 9 or 10 on the play. Officially, the scoreboard stands 3rd and 2. Eight minutes left to play. 3rd and 2. Looks like power right. They run right behind the power. Cabrera. Yeah, Cabrera on the play. He's just too big and too strong. Even though they wrapped him up about the line of scrimmage, he's carrying men down the field. That's a first down there. From the 28. Wide receivers both sides. Guzman in motion. Quarterback keeper off to the right-hand side. Looked like Cam Sweeney got a yard or two out of that one. We'll have to take a look to see where the official spot is. So you got 3 on the play. Now on the 25-yard line, 2nd and 7, 7:06 left to play. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Handoff inside. Cabrera finds a gap. Looks like he picked up a first down. Just trying to move some cameras around here. First and 10 from the 16. 2 receivers right. Power now moves right. They run again behind that. They seem to be seeing there's some something there, but not this time. Wildcats seem like they read it. They've seen that play one too many times. Timeout on the field. 5:54 left to play in the game. Trojans would love to salt this game away, punch it into the end zone here, especially with a running touchdown. That would chew up some clock, wear out the defense, and many of these defensive players for both teams are also offensive players. So you'd have some very tired legs. Excuse me, it's a injury on the field. Looks like it's a Dallastown player. 28-19. 2nd and 10 when we get back going here. Ball is on the 16 here in the 4th quarter. We hope you've enjoyed the game thus far. We certainly have. As said, top of the broadcast, the broadcaster is a student-run production. So while I am the advisor and I'm doing the play-by-play, we've got students behind the camera and running our switcher. A little adjustment here with our cameras. We got just under 6 minutes left to play. Clock's back running again. Hershey not really rushed to get a playoff.
Okay.
Trying to chew up clock
Okay, this is really weird. It's pain.
and get it in there.
A little bit. Yeah, that button right there. That works.
Motion, run inside to Cabrera. Punches it through, touchdown. Touchdown Trojans. Nice. 16-yard.
They get a touchdown. It was bound to happen. We're just gonna have your camera zoomed a little bit. Okay. Or not.
So we'll see if they can get the point after it. As it stands right now, it's 34-19. Trojans have been really consistent around that 35-point mark. I'm sure Coach Painter would love if they could tighten up the defense a little more, but we'll take 30-plus points a game. They're going to win a lot of games if you can put up 30 points a game. Now for the point after. Up, and it is good. That's 35.
Okay, just follow Hershey's football players back to their huddle for now. Just zoom out for now. No, it's okay. Here. Honestly, just try to keep going left. Keep going free
So that's
for now.
3 touchdowns tonight. 2 in the second half alone for Cabrera.
They're gonna kick, so just leave, you can leave it out for now, and then just try to
For the Trojans, he on the offensive side, he's got to be, I think, the player of the game here as things stand. Defensively, I think senior Davon Williamson has made a couple really big plays against the Dallastown quarterback, who bedeviled him with several really crazy runs there in the first half. But Williamson got a couple really great tackles. Dallastown takes the ball. Running left, runs into his own man. Looks like Dallastown's going to start on their own 23 or so.
like I can see it. Right? Especially the blue full looks towards. Yeah. Like 30 years left. Yeah. Malibu.
Right, fully expect Dallastown to start throwing it around the yard, trying to get the ball down the field. Quick pass out into the slot. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 5. Second and 5 from the 28. Back in the shotgun. Quick pass out to the wide receiver. Wrapped up pretty quickly. First down for Dallastown there. They'd need a miracle to get much more on the consolation stuff here, but they're still going to fight. It's certainly admirable to see. Tackled and out of bounds there after the reception. The Trojans are doing their version of the prevent defense. Keep everything in front of them.
I know, like, it's about everything. Yeah.
Second and 7, 3:45 left to play. Second and 7 here. 3:28 left to play. Just tidying up here in the booth. So the Trojans pull this off here. Last time they did 2-0 was 2020, back during the depths of COVID. They also did 3-0 that same season, so it has been a little while since they've been able to put up a really good start to the season. Quarterback rolls to his left, throws on the move, underneath, incomplete. They're down on 17. It's give me a tough pickup for the Wildcats here. Quarterback back in the shotgun. Little motion, goes to the right, heaves one up. Some contact downfield, but it looks like the refs are going to let it go. Incomplete. Clock stops for that, 3:12. Fourth and 17. Dallastown's going for it. Nothing to lose at this point. Barring a miracle, the game is out of reach. He steps up in the pocket, throws it underneath. It is complete, but it is not enough for a first down. That's a turnover on downs. Another quality stop there from the Trojans.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely secured the win.
Trojans have done a good job salting away the win here. A little too much time left on the clock for the full victory formation. Run to the right. Cabrera hurdles a man.
So much easier with more people broadcasting.
Second and 7, gain of 3 on the play. Cabrera breaking out the razzle-dazzle.
They know. They like. Honestly, it might have been Jaden. Oh, okay. I was saying Jaden's my neighbor, and like he knows too. So like, he does everything in his power to like make it obvious.
Run up the middle. Short of the first down, 3rd and 1.
No, they have this
3rd and 1, 1:45 left to play. About 10 seconds left on the play clock.
Bro, you know how many times his birthday's on Saturday. He literally tells me every day when I got we all have to go.
Run up the middle. Cabrera pushing the pile and running over and around and through Dallastown players. Gets a cheer from the crowd. 1st down.
Move your camera a little to the left for me. There you go. A minute.
Run off the right-hand side there. Carter Klein on the carry.
That would actually be great. This stuff isn't like terribly hard to carry.
Not much there.
It's a bunch of backpacks inside the car.
40 seconds left to play. 35-19 looks like going to be the final, barring some breakthrough here for the Trojans.
We were literally this team last year. Like, we were the ones that were going 0-3. Like, that would score maybe 5 points in a game. That was us. Yeah. Yes!
Victory formation time.
Okay, but could we be real? It's really all because of, like, our quarterback. Like, let's be real. Sweeney and Hayner was quarterback last year. Let's be real. Yeah. I know. Like, let's be real. He had to go.
There you go. Snap the ball. That's it. Run out the clock. That is it. The Trojans have gone ahead and pulled out the win here. They've set out 35-19. My player of the game is going to be Angel Cabrera. 3 touchdowns, 2 of which in the second half. He just ate up the yards and bulldozed the other team, play after play after play. It wasn't anything super flashy, but he just overwhelmed and powered his way through the team. Defensive side, I think I'm going to go with Davon Williamson. He seemed to be the answer to their Dallastown quarterback scrambling around. For the broadcaster, thanks for tuning in. I'm the advisor, Rob Sterner. You can see the ladies behind me there. You got Tane Park and Bella Demopoulos. Somewhere around here is Kialey, Wetherbee, and that's going to be it for us here from Hersheypark Stadium. We're going to pack everything up and have everybody have a good night. 35-19, Trojans win.